What's happening, everybody? We are here on the North Shore with Luke Swanson, one of the greatest humans God ever made, one of my favorites. And we're going to talk a little bit about ECT and SpineTek. Luke rides a lot of SpineTek and a lot of ECT, maybe more than anyone else on the team through the years. So he's got some great insights. Luke, I want to start with ECT. You ride it both in the PU, PE combo and in EPS epoxy.
Yes.
Right? And you ride it all around the world, a lot on the North Shore. What is it about ECT construction in general that you find is beneficial, that you like? What's been happening with it for you?
Yeah. Well, there's a few things. For one, it's very responsive. It reacts really well to everything that I do on top of it. And then for two, it's really strong. But in terms of its responsiveness, I really like how, for me as a surfer, I prefer to have that quick twitch reaction out of my board.
Right.
I want to be able to lean on it and it leans right away. And a lot of that comes from the lightness of a board, I believe. And so when I've rode the ECT, I've always chosen to prefer that board every single time I go out and I want to do high performance, quick, reactive surfing. And so if I'm surfing a beach break, if I'm surfing even like a tight transition out here at Rocky Point, I just kind of gravitate towards it every time because in my mind, I know the feeling of riding it. It's so responsive, it's so light, and it's so strong. So I end up riding it like every day. It's pretty funny.
It's good.
Yeah. Honestly, I've been blown away about the strength of these boards because if anybody has put these boards through the ringer, it's me.
Yeah.
Rocky Point closeouts. Not trying to hype myself up, but there's some of the gnarliest closeouts. I mean, you got a barrel coming at you from the rights. You're taking off deep lefts. Nobody wants to hit it, but a lot of the time people want to save their board, and that's a lot of the reason why they don't hit the sections.
Right.
These boards handle. They don't break. And so I'm not really afraid to hit those sections or to land really hard in the flats. I think this one specifically, I've rode all over the world. I've done so many airs on it. Airs at J-Bay, airs at Rockies, airs in California, South Africa, and it's like it's brand new. It still has the same flex, still has the same strength that it used to have. So pretty insane.
Yeah, I think that's one of the benefits is the flex lasts for a long time with them. They don't break down as quick as normal construction. So that's a huge benefit. Now, when Luke says they don't break, that's no guarantee from Channel Islands. Okay, we're not guaranteeing that they're not going to break. We're just saying Luke hasn't broke one. So if you break one, you're pretty special. Luke, in Hawaii, a lot of times, there's a lot of water moving. There could be a lot of bump. Mm-hmm. And so how do you feel that the ECT reacts to bump? Because I think it's intuitive that a carbon construction is good in small clean waves.
Yeah.
But do you think it's a sort of a benefit in the bumpy Hawaiian conditions?
Yeah. I think that there's something to be said about the flex.
Yeah.
So from my own experience, there's a fine line between the amount of flex you have and the amount of chatter that it has, right?
Right.
And you want to have flex. That's good because when you're bottom turning or pushing off the lip, you want the board to that super good feeling that everyone gets when they're doing a turn, I believe is coming from the flex.
Yeah, it loads up and releases.
Exactly. So you want it, but then you don't want it when you're necessarily going over like chops or bumpy conditions. The North Shore is one of the windiest places you'll surf with the trade winds blowing consistently. And I still ride these boards all the time. And I'm not forcing myself to. I just gravitate towards them because I love that responsiveness. So something about the flex and the strength of the board, it has a responsiveness, but also has the reliable rail, even in the chatter, I believe. Yeah.
The other thing that you ride a lot of is our SpineTek construction.
Yeah.
I think you've actually probably ridden it more and in more conditions than anyone else on the team. So tell me what you're feeling in SpineTek and why you like it, and then we'll kind of compare the two.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is what I rode. So I ride probably the ECT and the SpineTek. They probably have made up 70% of my sessions the past like 5 years, which is crazy. And the ECT is more recent, so I've been trying that out more, but I've definitely spent so many hours on the SpineTek, and I still love it like so much. And I still prefer it in certain situations over the ECT. But yeah, I've rode this board in the wave pools more than any other board. And this specific combo right here, the SpineTek Happy Every Day, that's where I've done all my best airs I've ever done on that. So
It's got that pop.
It's got the pop. Yeah. I'd say they both have the pop, but there's something about the spine. It's got a little bit more of that strength in the responsiveness. When you bend it, when you flex it, it responds just a little bit quicker, I think. Yeah.
Wow, Swanee. Well, that was a great breakdown, buddy. Good job. Someday, Swanee will be working at Challenge Surfboards, designing new tech, promoting it. But for now, good job, Swanee.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh!
Back up.